Nerv Shabbos. You have in Parshas Vayeitzai, it says the Vayeitzai Ya'akov. So Rashi tells us on the why do you need the Vayeitzai Ya'akov? All it should have said is that he went Corona. That's the main idea. I don't care where he left. So he's telling us the reason is because to tell you that when a tzaddik leaves a place, so you leave the Haida, the Haziva, Hadora leaves with him. Now, Haida and Ziva are both things that the person gives. You have it by Moshe Rabbeinu, when the Bishop tells him to put his hands on Yeshua and he should give him from his Hoid. And the same thing goes with the Sanhedrin, with the Shivim Nish, he should give them from his Hoid. So that's something that the giver can give to the other people, to receivers. The same thing is by the Ziva, the sun, the rays of the sun. It goes off, it has an effect from the giver to the acceptor. And what he called tefartoi is only beauty, meaning that this is our beauty, it's a fact. It has nothing, we don't get anything necessarily from it, but it's something to brag about. It's a pleasure to look at, whatever it is there. So that's what it's about. The Kaishi is that obviously he had left Yitzchak and Rivka there still. And this the Medrash really is, that they had the Rivka and what he called. But and they say because obviously it's not comparable. If you have more than one tzaddik to one tzaddik, obviously you have another tzaddik there has an effect, isn't it? So it means whatever he added, that's taken away. Not that it's taken away the beauty of the city. In other words, but the part that he added is taken away. That seems the way it would be the simple way to learn Pshat. I'm going to say something a little bit different, because the Torah, if you wanted to tell me this thing, he could have taught it to me by Avram Avinu. When Avram left Beersheba. So why does he have to tell it to me here? He tells me over there. Sometimes the reason that he did it over here and not over there is because over there he left a Roshim. He didn't know he did. That was his burnout. That was the speech he gave on burnout. Was Pshat is, but when he went back from after the Akedah to Beersheba, he saw that it didn't become Eretz Plishtim. It was Beersheba. He had an influence that stood, that kept there. And that, I think, is the difference. A Gadol comes in and he has an influence on a town or on a place. He leaves that Rishon. That Rishon is, however big it is, but something remains from his being there. And that's what you have. You have a Chochem, where you have places where they have a certain hanhagir, and there was a big man that was there before. So they did Chochem. Nobody else has the right to paskin anymore over there, and then that halacha remains. So therefore, it's a big kiyah. Not tell you a story, but there is it's telling you it's a big kiyah that can do even connected things that you hold as maybe a shal deraisa. But if there's kvahoyer chacham, so then the halacha is like him, and then that's it. It's his stuff. So that would be the thing. But the difference between I'm sorry?
The person got that psak of Hoyer Chacham.
Yeah.
Only the Makam of the Chacham?
Only the Makam of the Chacham. That's the only thing. In other words, if that guy leaves and goes somewhere else, he has to paskin like the other place. But Kolzman, he's here, he has a right to paskin like the Hoyer Chacham. And if no one else has a right to come in and say. Therefore, the shaila is really, if you want to go into Sregah and this stuff, and that's probably because the whole shaila of the Moroccan Esregim, I mean the real Moroccan, not the ones that grow in Morocco, are really Esregim, because they don't have the simonim that Esregim have. So you're getting the simonim. But the idea is, as far as they know, they've been using that all the years, from the time of the Rif. So the Ref Paskin, that it's an eslik, so we don't have to, it's not a problem. I mean, it's an eslik. I don't fit with what the Gemara said, big deal. That's in that the Ref Paskin, it's an eslik. But I want to find the difference between the two is that the part of you got Hoide, Jivon, Adora that we do what the Medrash learns out, Rashi's bringing down, that's talking about every single individual. As I say, the one it would be, I would try to be damn it like this. The Gadol is like the principal who sets up the curriculum. So the curriculum will remain even after the principal is not there anymore. So that will remain. But there's a personal effect that having someone here, you may not even know it, because when it's there. You know, you come to shul, and there's a yidel sitting next to you. And somehow, you're always davening wonderfully, and you feel you're davening wonderfully. And then he moves, and you come to davening, and somehow you're davening, you don't feel the same. So then you realize that the guy that was there all the time gave you that incentive, that you know, the way he davened gave me in a Persian how to daven. And that's what it means. And that truly means that every one of us has that ability to affect the place to the point as much as we can affect it, in the point that we can add to a place and that we, and it's expected maybe from us that we should do it. In other words, and if we leave, then we take that part with us, but the Maisa, it's still something like Russia, what he had to leave and all these things. It's a different passion now to talk about, but now. Okay. Anyway, he came to this place, and he took stones and he surrounded himself with it, and it was a protection. And whatever, I don't know how exactly he's going to protect them from animals. Animals just jump over the stones or whatever it is they call in between the stones. Whatever it was, it's a protection. And then the stones had a fight, and what happened is that they all became one stone. So there was a political kasha that was asked in Eretz Yisrael. It says, and this is in Eretz Yisrael, they're very sharp people there. So they asked the kasha, why didn't, once the Banish was negaya to, when the Aguda and then Degel HaTorah were one, they split, and then they became one again, technically. So the Shaila became, so the guys, it's like it somehow wasn't perfect. So he said, so one of the politicians there said this verse, like, it says by Yankov Avinu that the 12 stones became one. Right? He says, if he's making a nest already, why didn't he make it into a pillow? Why do you have to leave it as a stone? Right? It's probably a nest. So he says, when you make 12 into one, even if you make it into one, a pillow doesn't become anymore. Once it was two and was split, it don't become a pillow. No, it's one, but it's not what it says. The shaila though is really, what difference did it make, since the head is going to be only on one place anyway. So somehow I just have a shaykhis, closest shaykhis to the fact that I was part of the thing that he got on, but he's not on me, just like it is. So let's say I was one of the stones that was around. He could have been on me, but he wasn't. So why is this better? But it seems this is considered better. Okay. And I think also it tells me the fact that the Vayifga Bamokim Vayolan Shom, that the idea is he went, then he went back. Shalas, why did he go back? Why didn't he go there in the first place? You're going, so you go to Mokim where they were Mispalo, so you go to Mispalo too. Why do you have to go back to it for? Elavos, he thought he's coming out of yeshiva, 14 years. He didn't sleep. He didn't go to sleep. And he's coming out to Choron. And And he takes a look. He didn't think he'll be affected. He takes a look at Choron, and he sees, I should have gone daven over there. I need the tefillas. It's not enough to go in thinking you're prepared. You're not prepared for this world. So he went back to there. And he went to sleep. And this is an attitude that exists. And this attitude, the Rebbeinu Shalom is going to be oikir with this story that made him a nes, that he fell asleep amok mahu. In other words, it was really not nighttime. It just Bensham made it night and stuff over there. So he came. So it's you get tired by the fact that all of a sudden it looks dark out there. I don't think it works that way, So therefore he wasn't really tired. So why did he go to sleep? The Indians like this. Bensham made nisim that he should fall asleep over there for purpose. But the idea is that what was his cheshbon originally? His cheshbon originally in yeshiva, I don't sleep. I don't do any gashmistic inyanim. I try not to anyway. Because he said he obviously fell asleep. The only thing was he didn't go to sleep. But so in yeshiva, I don't become a balabas. Okay, balabas shenandosh. I can live a different style, live a different thing. I want to go to sleep now. Okay, that was his attitude till then. Okay, and he falls asleep with that attitude. Now he went to sleep as a balabas, and then the same thing. And whatever it is, he has this dream of a Avram. Now here's where we have a point of this concept of Yitzchak that we don't find the Bensham ever telling Yitzchak Elikei. Avram we have in the end of Lech Lecha, and Yaakov we're going to have here soon. But Yitzchak we don't find that he said it. So we have to see somehow that that special relationship took through the Akedah, that somehow it's Avas Hashem or Yiras Hashem or something like that, that fits with Yitzchak. Okay? And what he called, and he saw the Malachim going up and down. And Rashi describes where the legs of the ladder is in Beersheba. And it goes, the middle is over Yerushalayim, and whatever he calls it. He's going north. He's leaving from Beersheba going north. So and he's in Yerushalayim already. So what's he seeing this thing there? The Malachim of Chutzlaretz, Rashi said, we're going down, and the Malachim of Eretz Yisrael we're going up. Where you going? We're still in Eretz Yisrael. We didn't even sort out yet. We're by Beersheba. If the legs were being in Beisel, that makes sense. That over there, the feet are there, so it's in the north. So that's where the Malachim are coming down. But over here in the south, why is it coming down? So I wanted to tie in that there's a point that to teach us a lesson that the Malachim of Eretz Yisrael, of Chutzlaretz, are coming down. So they have to go through Eretz Yisrael, absorb some kind of Kedusha before they go into Chutzlaretz. So therefore, they have to go down on the south, walk through Eretz Yisrael, and then go weiter. On the other hand, the Malachim that are coming up, that means the Eretz Yisrael Malachim, they have to walk through Eretz Yisrael before they ascend to the Rebbeinu Shalom. In other words, it's Kedusha, but it's not the Kedusha of the Shemayim, so therefore you have to go up that way. So that's the only thing that made sense to me that way. Anyway, Yaakov wakes up when he after this dream, and he says, I didn't know the Rebbeinu Shalom here. So this is Shesha Shemayim. He basically gives Shesha Shemayim. Right? And then it says the next pasuk, Vayashkim Yaakov Babayki. Yaakov got up in the morning. He got up in the morning. That means he went back to sleep. He says Vayikatz Yaakov. 2 psukim before that. Vayikatz Tes Vazayin. He says Vayikatz. He awakened, right? So he's up already. So now you realize you're in the wrong place, you jump out. What are you doing there? So I went back to sleep. He learned the lesson. The Benishim is telling him, it's not the gashmias that I'm giving you is to be able to serve me. I want you to go to sleep. I don't want this business that you don't go to sleep because you're in yeshiva. You're not learning either. I mean, I hate this. That was the way you can't say he didn't sleep at all, because the Nedorim, it says if you make a neder not to sleep for 3 days, we give you malchus right away, because it's impossible. You can't be up for 3 days. Okay, so what does it mean he didn't sleep for 14 years? If he didn't sleep 14 years, I can not sleep for 3 days. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Elevus, it means he didn't go to sleep. So he was always by the Gemara. And he's sitting there, and of course he's very, very tired. And he's going like this every 2 minutes. Then he wakes himself up, shakes himself down, lights another line, and he falls asleep again. And he does this for 14 years. How much do you think he learned? Right? I don't think he learned too much. Right? So what the Benishim says, no, you go down for sleep for 5 hours, whatever you need to sleep, and then you stay up what you have to do, and you you learn, and you're able to learn, understand everything you do. That's what I want you to do. And therefore, it's not only but when you're in yeshiva you do this is your whole lifetime you're going to do this. You're going to go to sleep so you can serve me when you get up. And it doesn't mean that you're a balabas. You don't become a balabas. You're always going to be a ben Torah. So therefore, this lesson has to always be there. And that's so when he got up finally in the end, he asked him, he got up in the morning, so he learned his lesson. The Beishim doesn't want this. He took the stone and he made it into matzeva, and he poured oils on it. So, there is a Rashi in Parshas Shoftim. I don't know if he goes on this or not, but he says, you're not allowed to make a matzeva, ki soneh Hashem lekecha. God hates a matzeva. Matzeva is a set size you can't grow. Right? I want a mizbeach. I want one that you can add more stones. You can always keep growing. But a matzeva you can't grow. So, and he says, so Rashi says over there, even though he loved it in the time of the ovis, now he doesn't like it anymore. Now, where would he find the matzeva by the time of the ovis? It's only over here. So you find that it's always he used it. So I said, no, it doesn't mean that. The lesson doesn't make any sense. If the point is that I don't want to grow, so even the time of ovis, it's not anything. It's not a good madrega. I'm just what I am. You get what it is, and that's it. I don't grow. The Beishim said, but the gashmias, that's what he put on it. He put on oil on it. Why is oil more gashmias, let's say, than anything else? Why didn't he put on something else? First of all, I guess you can smear it, but you don't find any nisuch of shemen anywhere. The korbanos, it's nisuch hayayin, nisuch mayim, but you don't find nisuch of shemen. Shemen goes in part of a mincha. It's not a thing in itself. So he put on the oil to say, because it's an expression, where's the fat? In other words, the hanoye of oilam hazeh is the excess, the fat, not the protein. This thing it makes it delicious. You eat the dry meat without fat, it has no tam. But lemaisa, you eat it because it's supposed to be healthier, right? Now they tell you it's not healthy, and give me the fat back. I want the fat because it tastes good, right? So therefore, the fat is the ikya. Besides, oil can be used first of all for cooking. It can be used for smearing on your body. It can be used to light candle, light with it. So it has a lot of uses, a lot of gashmis in oil, and that he says is only with a cheshbon. Only there's a size. It doesn't grow. I don't need more because I got more. There's a certain amount I need, and that's it. I don't need any more. That's the gashmis he put up in. The korban he put on him is mizbeach. So therefore he never really loved a matzeva for ruchnis. It's only for gashmis. Okay.
The obvious Avram Yitzchak also leads to the shemen? The obvious Avram Yitzchak also only used shemen for korban? They also only use shemen?
Yeah.
So she was saying that Rashi later on says that by the Ovis Hashem like the Matzeva. So she was saying because of the Shemin, because of the oil. So Avram Yitzchak also only used Shemin?
You don't have a Matzeva by Avram. You don't have. The only one you have is over here. That's what I'm saying. And he made him an Eder. Now, it's a very, very tough way to live. The Benishim, it's harder than abstaining completely. It's easier to fast than it is, let's say, to eat a 1,000-calorie diet. Because a 1,000-calorie diet, I have the tam in my mouth. I want no chashdeko, right? When I'm fasting, so I'm fasting. I think that so the thing is that's the thing. So what he tined was so I don't know if I can do this. You know, it's very nice. You tell me to sleep as much as you need, but not more. Okay, so now how do I know? Give me another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes. You know, how do you know to stop this? You have that last bite in the plate. You're gonna leave it there as precious, or you're gonna eat it because it's ganz geschmack, you know. So I'm gonna eat it. So the question is, you know, so it's very hard to do. So he makes the neder this way. And he says, if God will be with me, and he'll guard me and give me everything I need, v'shafti b'sholem, and he brings me home without a chet. That's why she says, b'sholem means b'li chet. Then I'll accept God, this concept for God, that I have to, I'm kaddish the gashmi. But I don't know if I can do it. If I do it, I will continue to do it. And therefore, that's Elikei Yaakov. That's the Mikdash the Gashmi. That's what Hashem Akili. And then he says, "V'evan azoy she's something matzeva I'll make into the base of Lakim, not to the Masbeach. And the Chodesh Titan liyasa sanaloch. Whatever you give me, I'll give you back 10%. You know, wouldn't it be a lot easier to say, Rebbeinu Shalom, you know, you made me a chiv to give tzedakah, right? I don't know who's an Oraman. I don't know anything. Give me 10% less. You give it 10% to everyone you feel you need it, and leave me alone, right? That would have been an easy way. So why is it pshat that I'm doing it? I'll go to a mitzvah. It could be. Okay. Now, time that the thing is to be able to maintain this derech, that you have to get close to somebody, to you in this world. Who's you in this world, the rabbi, the shiva, whatever it is there that you're going to get into. So therefore, I'm going to support a yeshiva, right? And therefore, he needs me because he needs my money, right? Because of that, I'm giving him money, he's going to be mekar of me. Mekar of me, I'm going to make sure I don't do anything that's wrong. And therefore, I hang around him. So therefore, it's a win-win situation. In other words, if he didn't give me the job to give it to him, so he doesn't know he's to be mekar of me. Who am I? There's a thing over there. But since I'm the one that's going to give it to you, so I'm giving it to him, which is for you, for Torah, for Yerushalayim, for whatever it is I'm giving it to. So he's going to be mekar of me. If he's going to be mekar of me, then I'm able to maintain this. So that was the point that I needed, that I should be the one that gives it. You know, that we have that kiruv. Anything that. Okay, Ovis. I just get him. Okay, anyway, he goes, he meets Rachel, he likes her, comes to love her. There's the whole medrashim here, that he didn't have any money with him. Eliphaz robbed him. It wasn't really that he robbed him. Eliphaz, it's very strange, you know. Eliphaz is Esau's son. But Pashtus, he wasn't a bum, but yet he listened to his fathers. I mean, whatever you want to call him. But he wasn't a bum, he was a Navi. in his Alifas HaTeimani, that's an Iyuv. That's one of the Nevi'im that the Goyim had. And the reason that he was that way is because he was brought up by Yitzchak. Yitzchak lived 15 years yet. Whatever it is, he had this little kid jumping around him, whatever it was there, and he raised him. So he had sheikhs with his Zayda. So he was different. And Esav sent him to kill Yaakov. So he stopped Yaakov and he was going to kill him. So he made a deal that Ani Choshev Kemes, that he's going to give Eliphaz everything he has, and therefore now he's a poor man, and like you killed me, right? And that's what he did. That's why he has no money when he gets to what he called to Lavan, because Lavan really expected there should be money. That's why. Again, Rashi has that feeling about Lavan, doesn't like him too much, and he keeps putting down. He only has an ulterior motive, not just being a nice guy. He was a nice guy because that's why Avram Avinu wanted to go back to his family, because they're nice people. Nice people doesn't mean they were good people; they were nice people. So therefore, they were seen there. So I'm not. I want to help you as long as it doesn't cost me anything. There's no problem about it. Okay. And he makes a deal with him that 7 years for your daughter, Bitra Ketana. Obviously, he knew he had Lavan's reputation preceded him that he's a crook. So Yaakov knew he has to make with him a ironclad contract. And it was ironclad. Obviously, you read it. It's your daughter. Her name is Rachel, and she's the younger one. So you can't tell me there's two Rachels. You can't tell me there's this. Here, he's not my daughter. You can't, all of these things. You have it's an ironclad contract. Only one thing he didn't have a cheshbon. He didn't believe that Yovam wouldn't even listen to the contract. That's what happens, okay? So that's why he still outsmarted us. But not because he was smarter than us. He just didn't listen to whatever they made up. Okay, anyway, so, and the reason, the chayra, that Leah, it says, there's Rishonim that don't want to learn that Rakos, meaning that she had, bad eyes, because she was crying all the time, that she's going to have to marry Yosef and stuff like that. They learn Rach V'Toiv, that it says, why are you writing bad things about the Mois? Or the Torah writes, as you see. So it means that she had beautiful eyes, Rach V'Toiv. Okay, so but on Leah, but on Rachel, it says a double thing, and this you have to go through all the different places that will show you that what's his Rashi says over here. I think parts of ponim, that the first toya means parts of ponim, right? Yeah, who tzuras are parts of the shape of the face. Okay, and what is mara? Mara is if cholesterol, I guess, would be charm, and the thing over there. Now by Rivke, she was always Yifas Mare Ma'oid. And when Avram sees Sorah, he says, I know you're a Fas Mare. He doesn't say you're Fas Toya. And you think over there. By Yosef, it also says Yifei Toya, Yifei Mare. It says both things on him. Adoniyo, it says only Yifei Toya. He was Yifei Toya Ma'oid. And you think over there. So I said, obviously, we're not talking about really about facial features, charm, stuff like that. I think we're talking about how a mice looks to a person. In other words, certain people, you see they're being a tzaddik, the toyar is there, and some, it always gets the job done, but he doesn't show anything off. That's more the Mara point. Now, Rivke, because she's living among Goyim, or among Goshoyim, whatever it is there, she can't show off that she's a real goody-goody, right? So she's a Mara. Those things get done. If you guys remember baseball, so going back to my time, I can give you a thing, Dalton. There was every New York team had a good center fielder. The Dodgers had Duke Snider, right? Okay, that's about only known to the Dodgers. Mickey Mantle was the Yankees, and Willie Mays was the Giants. Okay, Willie Mays is the home run hit champion in the world. This thing, Dalton, he used to go the say hey kid. He used to run by and make his catches over here. No, it's like there was no job to it. He just run through and get it. Duke Snider, on the other hand, he would run very fast. He was always the ball was always over his head. So you can't be shy where the ball's going to come. I can't, you're going to center fielder. And he would run to the wall and jump up and catch it and turn over 4 times and pop up and show he still had the ball in his hand. Everybody would cheer. There's a gracious Achenoch. The gracious things happened over here. That was Toya. It was good formal face. It looked great what he's doing, right? So the thing, the Ablamaisa, we don't know about the spot balls that got past him. But by Willie Mays, somehow you never saw any godless. He just happened to be, it's always taken care of. The thing there. That was the Maisa, the difference between the two of them. So using that as a muscle for beauty, so I'm saying, so Rivkid, they couldn't afford that. So therefore, she didn't do it. Normally, you're both. Why by Sorah I haven't got too clear. But why by Adoniyo it says Toyamoid? It says David never gave him any Musa because he was a very good-looking guy. What's that mean? What kind of an answer is that? David cared if his kid's good-looking enough. I cared if he's more good-looking, you got to give him more Musa. I mean, make sure you don't do any Avelis. What's the shayla? No, he saw he's always doing good things. He always running with his Gemara in his hand. He's always coming in 10 minutes late to davening every day when on a run. Why isn't he in there before the davening, right? So the thing is, by a toyah, it's unique right away, what you are, at least what you're trying to show. So therefore, he looks like a good guy. Maher is the guy, let's say he comes always 5 minutes early to davening. You see only 5 minutes early to davening, you don't know if it's because he can't sleep, that's why he's there 5 minutes early, or because he's there because Mahudeh and he doesn't want to spend the time. When will you find out? One day he's late and he comes rushing in. You see the aggravation on his face that he came late. Now I know that all the times he comes early is because he doesn't want it. But till then, I have no idea why he's doing it. It's very nice. He covers everything, but it's not. But I don't see the godless in it. And the thing though, now you appreciate it. So I'm saying Mara is only appreciated through a Toya Dikasin. But Toya is appreciated all the time. And the thing though, but obviously you don't know how sincere it is and whatever it is.
Is it something for us to work on, to try to be one or the other?
I guess Mara is the most important, but I guess sometimes you need to show the other people, the kids, especially, that this is what you have to do. So you have to have some Toya in there. Like once upon a time, when you're being what do you call a Lamed Vavnik. It was an Indian, right? Right now it's no Indian to be a Lamed Vavnik because I think that there's no one more guy that bit the dirt. I don't know that you're a tzaddik, but you're drunk. Well, that's what you're showing me. So you're not showing me how I have to be. You want to take credit, good, but that how do you affect me is that you're a drunk. And therefore I have to maybe back to be a drunk. I don't know. And so the same thing when I remember by appeals, they used to tell the Gevir or the guy that wants to give more, he should give because the other people will give because he gave. If he don't give, so they're not going to give. So the thing, so there's an Indian sometimes to show who you are or what you is there. But it's not necessarily because I'm born to brag, like the thing there. But Mashma Deniyos was done because he always wanted to be a good kid. He wanted his father to appreciate him. See, and his father looked at him and says, "Oh, what a good kid I got. He doesn't do anything wrong." Right? So maybe he never gave him Musa. Never gave him Musa, making a revolution. So whatever it is. Anyway, and he worked for Rachel 7 years, and it was Vayu ki Einov ki Yom Machodim, like single days ba'avosais, because he loved her. I would think it's just the opposite. If you love somebody, you can't wait until you get there. How can you tell me that he waited 7 years because he loved her so much? It looked only like a couple of days. So I said, depends how you learn. If it's a taiva again, you're right. So if I got a taiva, the longer I have to wait for it, the more I have a thing about it. But it's not else taiva. He's doing this, I'm going to build Klal so I'm going to build whatever it is I'm going to do there. The guy buys a house. He'll say, Hashem, everyone should be zeichet to such things, right? So the wife wants to furnish the house, right? So you're sitting there with a plastic table, folding chairs in the dining room for Shabbos and everything for about 3 years. And finally she comes one time, and I found the perfect dining room set that we have there. And whatever it is, then you go out and you buy it. And now we have a beautiful dining set. Why didn't you buy it before? Why didn't you buy it? There's plenty of dining room sets. Why did you do? It didn't exactly fit my house. I don't think my house, I want a perfect house. I want whatever it is there. So therefore, she's doing that. So this is the same thing over here. Like I'm building my house, every day gets closer to be able to have my house, to get that perfection. So it's a simcha. So therefore, it was kayom achodim. The thing over. She has no time saying it took 7 years. Boy, that's a long time. No, every time she's looking at it, she's going into all the stores to look. What do we got for kitchen? What do we got for the bathroom? What do we got for whatever they do, she's looking at. She's constantly involved in building and beautifying that house. And that, I think, is the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, anyway, then he sees that in the morning she sees it's Leah. There's two midrashim here. There's Medrash Rabbah that says that he didn't wait till morning, he knew right away. I don't know how he knew, but maybe he put on a light, I don't know, whatever it is did. And he says that the whole night he was saying to her, you're a crook, the daughter of a crook. Until she turned around to say to him, and who said, Ani Yosef b'cherecha? Okay, so what does that mean? You know, you says, you're a crook, so I'm allowed to be a crook. I mean, that doesn't seem to be an answer, really. So I feel that what she told him was, the only reason that I was crying all the years is because I was supposed to belong to Yosef, right? Because I'm the older one, and Yosef was the older one. Now that you said you're the older one, so then if that's the case, then you belong to me. So therefore, that was her answer. If you want to go into the Tanchume, learns a different pshat, learns that all the gifts that Yaakov sent to Rachel, Lavan gave to Leah. So now, as far as Leah was concerned, that her husband was that Yaakov was wooing her, not Rachel, because he kept sending her gifts. So therefore, he kept sending her gifts. So then it's mine. So therefore, when she said he doesn't bring any Yosef, just says that was the answer. I thought you were wooing me. So what do you want? You know, and that's why. Because the kasha is not really here. The kasha is next week. No, it's here. By Reuven. By Yisochan's room. By the Doyim. So it says there, you stole my husband, right? And why do you think I stole your husband? You stole my husband. Be realistic. Like, he's supposed to be my husband. You came in the middle. So how she say, you stole my husband and you wanted to do it, Bini? Because she believed totally that Yaakov wanted her. And then now, how come he loves Rachel more because she stole my husband. That's the point over there. So that's the thing. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. And he didn't want it to catch on until the night, till the next day, I guess, because once he married her. So he gave her Zilpa, the younger other daughter, the Ashikfike, that they came out. Bill is the older one. So he gave that to Rachel. Okay. And he didn't, when he waited a week between, you don't make two chasanas in one same week. You have to, it's like Yontif and the thing there, but that's on the same day. It's the thing. There seems to be no avlet to have, what do you call it, Yontif, Sheva brachas. I mean, but like this, she waited for the Sheva brachas. So before you marry the second daughter, the wife, you have to be sameach twice with Leah, and then you go with Rachel. And so she waited a week, but he worked for her 7 years afterward. So the first Shavuot, he means a week. That was the Sheva brachas, okay. And the Vayeitzai comes along, and he says, "Vayehav gam es Rachel milei." He loved Rachel more than Leah. Vayar Hashem ki snua Leah. What did the Rebbeinu see? That Leah was hated, right? And he maybe gave her a kid, okay? And Rachel he left Rakora, right? Vatar Leah, vatelet bein, vatikro Reuven, ki omra ki roa Hashem be'oni, ki ata yavani ishi. Now my husband will love me. So there's two ways of learning something. I see there's one reason you got to go to high school for. Learn Shakespeare's speech in Julius Caesar. That when he kills, when Brutus kills Julius Caesar, he speaks to the people, and he says, "I love Julius Caesar. Don't think I hated him. That's why I killed him. I loved him, but I loved Rome more." And therefore, so it says, "Achleyu is an Indian of loving Rome more." So that's what Rachel thought. Leah thought. She loves Rachel more than me, but he loves me too. And the Rebbeinu tells you that's not called love. That's called snua. You're hated. In other words, you have to, in Indian, obvious Israel, we're supposed to love everybody equally. It's not that there's more love. I have more closer to one maybe, but the love, the caring for it should be the same. And the thing over there. Not that pshat is I love him more and I love him more. That is the absence of that extra love is called sinner. That's what the Benishim's teaching us. And but she learned the lesson. So by Shimon, she says, what she say? Ki sinu anochi. He saw that I'm hated, so he gave me another second son. Then he gave me Levi, meaning hopefully that I have Reuven here, Shimon here. We're not going to put with Levi. Ati love Eliishi. Now my husband's going to help me. Right? So there, because I got Levi. And then she gave birth to Yehuda. Yehuda is that Oide, she was finally moide to Hashem for, what was she moide for? For something that she didn't deserve. She wasn't thanking Hashem. And I'm sure you thank for that too. That's not the issue, But they knew, don't ask how they're supposed to know these things. I mean, before they happen, all Levium. There were supposed to be 4 wives and each 12 kids. Each wife's going to be 3 kids. So I got 4 kids. So now God gave me more than I deserve, or more than my chalik should be. Therefore, it means someone's going to lose. They're not having 13 kids, 13 boys. It's going to be someone's going to have 1 less. So what am I happy for? That the other one's going to have it less? No, that's not what I'm. there is an inyan of being also b'moide and thanking Hashem that you gave me extra. I don't look at the part that the other one is going to be missing. Because I'm happy because you're losing, not because I'm gaining. No, they're happy because of the gain. And that's what they think. That this is such. You're allowed to be like that. And every panos is like that. He took from them and gave to them, right? So if that's the case, so why am I thankful for? I mean, I'm thankful I got it, but the poor guy, the other guy, lost it. That's not my cheshbon. Even though I feel bad for him, I feel bad for him, but it's still, I'm very thankful for what I got out of it. Okay, and then they had the 4 kids of the shifachas. Now, as far as making a cheshbon of the years of how they came, there's some place, and I heard it from the Shiva. I never found it actually in Havana, but that means I didn't look too far. But that the time between one shevet and another shevet was 10 months. So that means now all the children, all 11 children, are born in 7 years. Right? It was 7 years till he married them, and in 7 years before he started to work for the sheep, the last 6 was working for the wife and the kids. So at that time he got 11 kids in that time, till Yosef. So if each one is 10 months apart, it's impossible to happen, right? So therefore what I want to shout is this way, that Reuven to Shimon is 10 months, Shimon to Levi is 10 months, Levi to Yehuda is 10 months. Yehuda to Dan is 3 months. In other words, when she saw that she gave already the 4th, she was pregnant with Yehuda, so that's when she made her complaint and whatever it is in the spell and gave over Billah, and that time. So therefore it's only 3 months when she saw that she was pregnant. I say the same thing again. So 10 months between Dan and Naphtali. But Naphtali to God is also only 3 months. And God and Asher is 10 months. And then Asher to Yisachar is 3 months. Or maybe he doesn't need that one already, may not even be any time, because it could have been right after the Maisa with the Doyim. And that's because of a special schar that I gave my Billah, that she gave Zilpa to what he called it, to Ya'akov for the 2 Shvatim. So I got an extra schar, Benishim gave me more. So, that thing have no reason to say was ended. But the Yisachar and Shmuel were 10 months. But them, between him and Asher, could have been right away. So I'm saying, so it could have been a day, all day. And finally, that could be also 10 months of last one, because Dina and what he was possible was switched, or I shouldn't say it was possible. Mashma, it says, this is an interesting thing. Okay. We all know surrogate motherhood, right? Surrogate motherhood is, the pshat is that you take a baby from a person, an egg from a person, you put it into another person, and they carry it. Who is the mother? Right? So, if we learn the Medrash, no, wrong words. If we learn Targum Yonasan, he says the babies were switched. It wasn't pshat. Now Leah prayed that she should have a girl. That's emes. But it doesn't have to be that he switched her. He just made her baby into a girl. That's all. It didn't have to be switched for Yosef. But the Targum Yonasan says he switched the babies. Okay, that Rachel was pregnant with Dinah, and Leah was pregnant with Yosef, and therefore, so according to that logic, Yosef is really Leah's son, right? And the Torah says Meferish, she's Rachel's son. No? So it doesn't make any sense, right? But in Eretz Yisrael, that's where the paskin goes after the egg mother. I mean, the Gabi Gerus and things of that sort. So they made Gerusin, a kid born a surrogate mother from the egg of a shiksa, right, into a Jewish person. They would have to do Gerus on the kid, stuff like that. That time there was a bit Isaac in Gerus. I didn't get involved in this stuff, but when we were closing it down, Rabbi Weiner took over that time as the actual worker on the thing, and he had this kashi about surrogate. I don't know why he was not did. So he imagined surrogate that he did. And I mentioned it once to my brother-in-law. I heard him once on the phone, told him that only gave us. And I asked him, what do you do with Targum Yonison? Okay. I personally asked, he asked the Torah about Yosef. Yosef sold him the egg mother. And I asked him from Targum Yonison, and he just looked at me. He didn't even answer me. He just looked at me. We then went to Nissen Karelitz because he was he's Bezdin there. So he went to him for the same business to close out the thing there, and he asked him the same question. Again, he says the egg mother. And again, this thing happens. And he just stares at me. And I forgot to mention that on the way to Eretz Yisrael, we stopped off in England and had to see Aaron Troy. Also the reason dying in the Bezdin in Europe for Geirus. So again, he said a thing, and I told him what he do with Targum Yonison. So again, he didn't cobble too much Targum Yonison. So I brought in a Rashi in Chumash, that Rashi says that what was she crying about Leah? She was afraid that Yaakov will divorce her and Esau will take her. And he says this is a payit in Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is davening. And the payit says, so Rashi knows this payit. It happens to be the third one in the Shachris morning, the first day. Okay? And when you count third or fourth, whatever, however you're going to count. But the third one. Okay. The Yankov part. And so that's what he said. The trouble is, in that same payit, it says he switched the babies. So now Rashi knew that payit. So he knew that he switched the babies. Right? I don't think that somebody else wrote a new payit and they're stuck in his Rashi's thing and that. I mean, that's already going that we don't have any Kabbalah on anything then, you know. Okay. But when I came to Karelitz, it's like the Bezdin, so I asked them again, so they say to me, Targum who? So I say, Targum Yonison. He says, Targum who? And he say, because the Gemara says he wrote on Nevi'im and Ksuvim. It doesn't say he wrote on Torah. So where'd you find it? Now, if you get the Mikrois Gedolos, till, I don't know what years they put this in, probably about in the 30s or 40s, that they first found him, the Targum Yonison, and they have a bunch of people writing there how great it is and stuff like that, and then they put it into the thing there. But they were saying that thing there, okay. But I asked them from the Payat, all right, that they kept quiet on. And I said to him, I said, the emerson is, he's the macher of Kal Yisrael. I asked already the first day I asked already chuvas on this. So he said, no, there's only a Kol Kaira. Kol Kaira was signed by Yoshev, Karelitz, and Vozna. And it says you're not allowed to do, what he called, surrogate mother. The mother goes after the thing. So I said, you know, you're macher of Kal Yisrael. I said, the person who gets the baby is not going to tell you that I got the egg from somebody else, right? I would assume you want to show that it's my baby, right? Not their own. So if you hold, it goes after the birth mother, so it's not push it. It goes after whoever got the baby. If it goes after the egg mother, that means I got to say that my kid is a goy, or something like that. So how many people are going to tell you the emes? They're not going to tell you. So we're never megayah them. So they're goyim. So how many goyim are you ruling Klal Yisrael? Putting goyim into Klal Yisrael? What kind of business is that? And so they said there was no chuvas and the stuff there. So I don't know. There's no chuvas. There's no chuvas. So therefore, going it. I mean, the big people said it. They said it. What can I tell you? But as I say, but my big raya with Aaron Troy, Taka backed off. And he started to say that it goes after the birth mother. And I said, I don't know if he still does it or not, but after that, and as I say, and that's because the Payat says that. And then thing goes. And that's Rashi ready now. Yeah. And remember we said last week that Lavan didn't have, not last week, in Chaisor, that Lavan had no values, whatever, more than that. He didn't, whatever it is, he did things because he was a nice guy. He's Tevin. He'll kill you when you cross him. So he chased after them to kill him. Lots of love and lots of love is a curl. You want to kill everybody. And this thing over there. Now, it's like your kids, it's your daughters, it's your children, your grandchildren. What do you want to kill them for? Because they ran away from me, they crossed me, then they let it go. I'm going to get them. That's an unprincipled do-gooder. Because it's not, he's doing good because it's right. He's doing good because he's a nice guy. Nothing to do with it. Okay. So that's the thing. And Stamazay, the numbers, it's Rashi brings a thing there. He chased after them. In one day, he covered 7 days of ground. And therefore, he reached there on the 7th day. According to that, he reached him on the 4th day. Right? That's the mathematics. It took 3 days to get to him, to where there was 3 days between Lavan and his this. The shliach or whatever it is, the guy that was watching, took 3 days to get to Lavan to tell him he's doing. Then Lavan chased for 7 days. In 7 days, what trip of one? Because while he's going to 3 days, he's going 3 more days this way. So you got the 7 days, right? So it doesn't make any sense. You say get there on the last day, get there on the 4th day. Can't add? Doesn't make sense. So the Bachim said this one. I didn't invent this one. I mean, the guy said, no. What he did is he went home and he looked in his house for 3 days, for 4 days, what's missing and stuff. And then he chased there for that last day and got him. So it's 3 days. Okay, so comes out a very strange thing that after checking his house for 3 days, he found they only stole one thing, the getchkis, which Rachel took, the trofim. Nothing else was missing. He couldn't even chase after him. And probably he didn't even realize he's missing the trofim until the 3rd day. That's why it took him 3 days to run after him. Like, I had nothing to, what's about chasing them for? Why am I running after them for? What am I going to play there? But now that he stole my trofim, now I can go chase him after them and stuff like that. That's what made it. Then it ends off with Machanoim, he comes to the Eretz Yisrael. Now, in the beginning of Vayishlach, Ya'akov is going to complain he's afraid of Esav. What are you afraid of? You saw God sends you a bunch of malachim to say hello to you, take you on the way, treating you, whatever it is, they're working for you. So what are you afraid of? So Yeshiva said that Enochinami, but God pays for all the good things you do, and He punishes for all the bad things you do. So I deserve malachim telling them, but I don't know if Esav is going to kill me or not. Also, one has nothing to do with the other. I can have this good thing, and on the other hand, Esav can kill me. So a person always never can just judge things because things are going good for me. It's a raya, nothing can happen to me. because we don't know. The Benishim gives, he's not a Vatron, and he's not also, what is he called? He's not Neisiponim. So both of them, we learn out that he doesn't deduct one for the other. It doesn't say anything. Okay, that's Hashem. Have a good Shabbos, everybody. Next week, I don't think I'll be in Eretz Yisrael, hopefully. If not, we'll be on in Stutz. But they'll let you know on the thing over there. Right now, I'm scheduled to go Monday. But I was scheduled a few times this year, so it doesn't count.